back to another deck profile, and today I'm giving you guys an update to my Shaddoll Dino Deck. Since Construct is back, I decided to update it, obviously. Pretty much had to. But yeah, like, I had some light targets, obviously, and pretty much the deck is pretty much the same, though, for the most part since the last update, but with a few minor changes. The deck's still really great. Regional-wise, I think it's pretty okay, and also just other kind of, I guess, semi-competitive tournaments, it's pretty alright. Do I think it's better than Thunder Dragon Dinos? I mean, not. I don't know. I don't think so right now. I still think Thunder Dragon Dinos is the better option. But if you're in need of a budget option for like a Dino deck, Shaddoll Dinos is always a great pick. So, and still is. So, anyway, let's just get right into the deck. So to start us off, obviously you run 3 Oviraptor. He's pretty much the thing that brings your whole deck together. Not much needs to be said about him. He's just a Stratos and obviously just really good. Then 2 Conductor. You can pump this up to 3 if you wanted to. I just like it at 2 personally. I think it's just a great ratio, I think, for him at this, like, in this moment of time, since Pill's a thing. So I think 2 Conductor is just fine. You could bump it to 3 if you want to be more aggressive, but for me, I like 2 Conductor in this build. The next 2 Koalas, nothing much needs to be said about him. He's the Searcher, obviously, and just, you know, great negator if you get him out. You're going to be usually using him mostly for the grab the pill effect. You're not going to be summoning him very often off a pill. You're going to also use him to grab pill, so that's pretty much him. 1 Miscellaneous, obviously, for protection and just for combo extending for later in the game. 1 Giant Rex because a pill is just a great combo extender. 1 Pankratops for going second. This is pretty much a going second deck. You're mostly going second because of Shaddoll Fusion to plus off of that really well. So Pankratops fits right nicely. I was thinking of maybe bumping this up to 2, but right now I'm just gonna stick at 1. And maybe down the future, if I think I need to put a second copy in, I would probably put it in. But as of right now, I only run 1. And then the last dino, and as a tech, I have Re-X. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck is this in here for. Well, basically, it's a light dino. That's pretty much what it is. I know there's Trick Clown. I know there's Damage Juggler, but to be honest, I use it in here because it's a light and also it's a dino. And the reason why more specifically, is like if I use it off of Shaddoll Fusion, it gives me a dino in the graveyard for Conductor if Conductor's in my hand. And also if I have a pill in my hand as well, which is another reason. But I know it's kind of like a niche scenario, but honestly, it's coming pretty okay. You could cut it for a Damage Juggler if you wanted to, or like something else, like a different light target in general. But for me, I like it. It just gives me a Dino Engrave for Conductor if I have it in hand, or like a pill or something like that. That's why I like it. It's just there for Construct, obviously, but personally, it's a pretty decent light target, and if you want to try it out, you can, but you can cut it for some other light target if you really wanted to. It also has a pretty cute effect of it gains 800 attack, so it can become a 2700 beat stick if your opponent has an extra monster, like a monster in extra monster zone, which is kind of cute. So that's it for Dinos. Now on to the Shaddoll lineup. 2 Dragon, 1 Beast, 1 Hedgehog, and then 1 Squamata. This is pretty much the same from my last video. I like this ratio a lot. I think this lineup's pretty decent. You could make adjustments. Again, the Shaddoll lineup is pretty much personal. You can make it pretty much however you want. For me, this is how I like using it, or this is pretty much the ratio I like. So again, though, it's pretty much personal preference. If you want to just make it different, you can always make it different. So, but for me, this is how I like the ratio. So. Now onto hand traps. 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, and then 2 Veiler. This Veiler is nice because it's a light target, so if you want to use him for the fusion summon of the Construct, you can. It's really nice. Mostly, though, you're going to be using him for negations. Now, this is the hand trap lineup I like. You could, if you can afford it, run impermanence. I don't have impermanences. I can't afford them, sadly. But, yeah, so you could use impermanences if you wanted to, if you have them. Again, the hand trap lineup, just kind of like the Shaddoll lineup, it's always up to personal preference. You don't have to run Valors or Ashes or Ogres. You can use whatever hat you have, pretty much. This is just my lineup, so again, though, if you want to just run 4 hand drops, you can cut the Valors if you wanted to, or if you have Impermanences, you can run the Impermanences. So that's pretty much that. Next, 3 Fossil Dig, obviously, because it's dinos and you won't need a search. 3 Shaddoll Fusion, pretty standard. You're using this, obviously, going second most of the time to plus mostly off of it. So, which is nice. Now, if you do end up going first, it's still fine because you can, you know, try and get the window turn 1, which is hilarious when it happens. But most of the time, you're plussing going second if you, like, that's pretty much the whole gimmick of the deck, is going second. Next, 3 Allure, obviously for draws, and you have plenty of dark targets in this deck to, you know, take advantage of it. 2 Pill, just 2, just like Conductor. I think 2 is just fine. You could bump it up to 3 like Conductor if you wanted to, but honestly it's fine at 2. Hasn't really gone too astray or too bad, so I think 2 is just a perfect number for this build, I feel. Now if you did want to bump it up to 3, you can if you want to, but for me, I just run it at 2. Pretty nice. And since this is more of a going second kind of style or kind of deck, I run 2 Mind Control. This is here because if you're placing like Thunder Dragons, for example, like Colossus, you can take their Colossus, which is hilarious, and just helps a lot going second because it gives, you know, you take a problematic monster and you just, you know, use it as link material or just use it as fusing material, which is hilarious. So yeah, it's always nice. It's a pretty good card, and I honestly like it a lot in this deck. Now you could take it out if you wanted to, and if you wanted to use it in the side deck, but for me, I think it's fine as a main deck card. And then next, 3 Call by the Grave, because getting Ash hurts, honestly. You have a lot of Ash targets in this deck that people can Ash you with, like Oviraptor and Shaddoll Fusion. So Call by the Grave is great. So if they try to Ash your Shaddoll Fusion, hitting them with Call by the Grave, it's nice and just gets rid of that problem for that turn. And also, it's great, you know, as a disruption card as well. Then 1 Shaddoll Fusion, because just for added board pressure and kill pressure, because you can just go Shaddoll Fusion from a window into another window, or like into a construct or something, which is great. So yeah, Shaddoll Fusion, it's just good as a one-of. It's great. I like it a lot, so that's why. And I feel like it adds a lot more kill pressure for the deck. And then the last card, 1 Foolish Burial, because a lot of stuff likes to be in the grave in this deck. So, but no, yeah, that's the main deck. That's 40 cards. Now on to the extra deck. 2 window. That's pretty much all you need. You could run 3 if you wanted to, but for me, I run 2. 1 Construct, because she's limited, but also she's just really great. The fact that she just sends a Shaddoll card from deck to the graveyard is amazing. You send pretty much any Shaddoll thing you need, and it's just really good against special summon monsters and can pretty much cripple a lot of special summon heavy decks, which is great. And 1 Shikanaga. Shikanaga is great just for, I guess, negations, and also you run the Giant Rex as the Earth target, so that's nice. Then your Xyz, 2, not 2, but like the 2 of the Evil Czars, Logia and Dolka. They're great. I always have them in any Dino deck I play, so just great. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, they're just really good. Then Abyss Dweller for graveyard decks like Burning Abyss and just like Prank Kids, I guess, and a little bit of Thunder Dragons, so that's always nice. Castell, because honestly it's more of a tech. You don't really need to use it, but for me I like it because it just gets rid of a problematic card, I guess, that's on the field. So, and then on to Lynx. 1 Wee Witch, because pretty much everything is dark. 1 Lamphorhynchus, because there are some mixed types, which is kind of a thing. 1 Underclock, because if you have Conductor under it, it's hilarious for the damage output you're going to get. And then a Nightmare package of Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn. They're nice. I go into them sometimes. Most of the time, Unicorn's the go-to one I usually get to, but Cerberus and Phoenix always do well against other problematic stuff. And then last card in the extra deck, 1 Borreload Dragon, because Borreload's funny. So, but no, yeah, that's it for the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What do you guys think of my Shaddoll Dino deck? Do you guys like it? And also, if you guys have any suggestions about the deck, also leave that on the comment section below. I always like seeing what suggestions you guys leave leave me, and hopefully maybe I'll just change up the deck a little bit if I see a suggestion that's really interesting. So, but no, yeah, I hope you guys liked it. What do you guys think of Shaddoll Dinos going forward? Do you guys think it's a really good deck for regionals or like a YCS? You think? I'd love to hear. And but anyway, leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe. I should see you guys next video. Have a nice day.